Hello and welcome to Start Select. You're watching me, Mark Walton, and him, a flu-ridden, snot-tacular Johnny Chiodini, together at last for another Wienerfest, just in a different configuration.
If you're catching this episode on Thursday evening, fresh from the GameSpot UK video oven, then it's just one more sleep until LA Noire is in the shops.
And if you're as pumped for the game as our 9.0 review says you should be, maybe you'd like some tips and tricks to get your detective career off to a flying start. Jane's got the very thing in a quick LA Noire primer coming up soon.
We also get all up in the grill of Dirt 3's hot new Gymkhana mode with senior game designer Paul Coleman. Then there's time, as ever, for the week's new releases and your comments. Plus we'll give away that spiffy Nintendo 3DS along with a copy of Dragon Quest VI, Realms of Reverie.
But first, we'd like to take a minute to tell you about a little show called London MCM Expo. Sorry, did I say little? I meant MCM Expo is London's equivalent of Comic-Con, attended by tens of thousands of handsome and discerning patrons, and catering to all the essential fanboy and fangirl food groups. Video games, of course, but also manga, anime, and sci-fi, all the good stuff. And also cosplay. Beautiful, sometimes mildly unsettling cosplay.
This year GameSpot UK is partnering with MCM Expo on May 27th to the 29th to bring you an incredible lineup of games, including but not limited to Deus Ex Human Revolution, Red Faction Armageddon, Child of Eden, Shadows of the Damned and Super Street Fighter 4's Arcade Edition.
Some will be playable at our booth. Yes, we have a booth. Others will appear on our stage. Yes, we have a stage. And there'll be more developer Q&A sessions, tournaments, prize giveaways, and live podcast recordings than you can handle.
If you think you've got what it takes to withstand all that awesome sauce, then run along to mcm.gamespot.com. Tell them Mark sent you. He promises to sign whatever body part you present him with. We'll see you there.
So it's Los Angeles, 1947. You caught the eye of your LAPD superiors on the beat as a patrolman, and now you've made detective. Good for you. You've got a sweet hat and an old-timey car, and it's time to crack some cases.
But how? If you're sleuthing subpar and your suspect's slipping through your fingers, you might want to consider these 5 tips and hints to help you get your perp behind bars in LA Noire.
Welcome aboard, Detective Phelps. Congratulations on your promotion. That is a sweet hat. You made quite the impression on the beat, but now you've moved up to the big leagues, there's a few things you need to know to make it in this town.
The first rule of police work is make no assumptions until you've seen the evidence.
This is your LAPD issue notebook, Detective. Use it. You'll find all your clues and locations in there. Among your case notes, you'll find your objectives, good for when the trail's gone cold, or you've just forgotten what you needed to do next. In here, you'll also find your intuition points and the options you can spend them on. These points can get you out of a tight spot and you earn them as you go, but not many, so use them sparingly. More on these later. At a crime scene or other location you're snooping around, don't stop looking for clues until you've found them all. Any clues you miss will count against you in your final case report. You'll know when you're near an unexamined clue when you hear this sound. Got it? This sound. And you'll feel a vibration. That's your detective sense tingling, Phelps. Don't ignore it. You can use an intuition point to reveal all the clues in a location, but you shouldn't have to. When you found all the clues in a location, you'll hear this sound. Want to hear it again? This sound.
She was a woman.
There's a note here on your file, Detective Phelps. It says, despite your fine record here with the department, you have been known to drive, quote, like a maniac.
Oh, come on!
Well, that just won't do. Reckless driving, damage to city property, mowing down honest, hard-working civilians, that'll harm your end of case report. And I know how you like to do well, being the LAPD's golden boy and all. For the love of God, drive carefully. And when you don't feel like it, have your partner drive you.
You know the way. You can drive. You're behind the wheel. You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
You might not see the sights, but it'll get you there quicker and without accident. You're an old hand at interrogation by now, I know. When you've correctly trusted or accused a suspect or a witness, you'll hear...
So you were hanging around the school for quite a while.
And when you've got it wrong, you'll hear...
You seem reluctant to talk about her jewelry.
But how to tell whether they're playing it straight or holding out on you? It's all in the eyes. Well, mostly in the eyes. If they can't hold your gaze, your steely gaze, then something's up. Above all things, look for them looking away.
Why are you lying to me, Mr. Mueller?
Why would I lie to you at a time like this?
Being a good cop's not all legwork and paperwork and sweet hats, Phelps. Sometimes you gotta go with your gut. Use your intuition. Points. Use your intuition points. If you're having a hard time reading a witness or a suspect, you can spend one of those hard-earned intuition points to remove a wrong answer from your options. It'll help you figure out whether to accept what they're saying, accuse them of lying, or just go with your hunch and doubt them without any evidence to back it up. Now that's police work.
It is true, Hugo. You're a violent man.
And that's all I've got for you, Detective. If you need more, then maybe check out GameSpot's full LA Noire game guide. Stay safe out there, we're counting on you.
Rally Racer Dirt 3 is out next week, and it's shaping up to be a worthy sequel to the Rally Rather Good Dirt 2.
Oh, Rally?
Yes, Rally. We've got a full-length Now Playing video show out tomorrow in which we sit down with the game's senior designer to get a good look at the game. But for now, check out this snippet with Dirt 3's new Gymkhana mode, wherein you tackle tricky tracks with your fanciest of off-road maneuvers.
This is quite simply a checkpoint challenge. I'll move to the outside of the car so you can actually see what's going on. So I'm just hitting gates here. I'm just trying to get through them as quickly as I can. You'll find actually that as you get better at these, you'll start using Gymkhana moves to slide your way around these gates to find the quicker line and get the tighter apex.
We've got some ghosts.
So yeah, the ghost up in front is one of the guys from the studio. It's a reasonable time. It's definitely beatable. Obviously, I'm not doing a great job of beating him here today.
It's good to show the ghost, though. You're doing it intentionally, I'm sure, to stay behind.
You can definitely get an idea of how quickly you can go through these stages. So in the career, I'd be getting a medal here. As it is, it's just a time because we're in the time trial section. So this is a speed run. It's pretty simple fry, but we like it. We think it's a nice way of reusing this Battersea compound area without just using it for solid Gymkhana practice. You know, we've set up these little events in this area and around the rest of the game just to give players something else to do other than winning races and Gymkhanaing in a freestyle manner.
So I just want to pick up on one of the points that you mentioned there. Once you start playing Gymkhana, you find, or you found at the studio at least, that you end up using Gymkhana-esque techniques in the rest of the disciplines.
Definitely. Well, if you look at how Ken Block got into Gymkhana and the reasons why he did it, there's no tarmac rallies in America. So he actually used Gymkhana as his way of practicing control of a four-wheel drive car on tarmac. And as we were playing Gymkhana in the studio, we found that we were throwing the car around and using weight shift to get it into tricks. But then you find yourself doing it as you drive into hairpins and tight corners on the rally stages. So there's definitely this feeling that getting better at Gymkhana makes you better at rally, and then getting better at rally transfers back into Gymkhana. When we did our Battersea event, we had Mikko Hirvonen there, and you know, he was already very good at Gymkhana considering he'd never really done it before. So you know, that was fantastic to see. And it proves that these rally drivers, they are very talented people and they can just jump in a car and make it do what they want. So yeah, we're really proud that reflects in the game and the way that it works, and we're really happy with the outcome.
It's worth mentioning that these videos are still available online of Ken Block's Gymkhana runs. I certainly wasn't familiar with them until I sort of, you know, started doing previews of Dirt 3, and it's, you know, he's advised you on the game as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's consulted with us. When we actually started putting the Gymkhana handling together, he came in and played it for a good 6 hours. There was a couple of pointers that he left us with. He went away for a couple of months. We refined the system, brought some new technology into the physics system just to help with how the car settles and drifts. And yeah, he came back and he was really happy. He gave it his seal of approval, and we've just built from there. So he loves the compound. It is a fictional area that we've created, but I'm sure he'd love to be able to, you know, get a bunch of diggers in and create his own personal area rather than having to use areas that are essentially predefined by the location that he's choosing.
All right, Paul. So what's the fourth section that you're going to be showing us today?
So yeah, this is another one of these DC challenges. This is actually a Gymkhana sprint. So the aim with this is to do a sequence of tricks as quickly as possible. We're going to drive around the compound, doing tricks in order. You'll notice that there's some Gymkhana OSD elements showing me how far I've got in completing a trick. Once that trick's complete, I can then move on to the next one. So this is all about precision driving, but speed as well. So making sure that we do a good run quickly and get through the tricks cleanly and efficiently. So again, we're in Battersea. Again, we're in that first area of the compound. But you'll see that this is a bit more tricky because I'm having to do jumps, I'm having to nail spin dryers, donuts, drifts. They're all being thrown at the player, and they've just got to see what's coming up next, drive for it, and then perform that trick. So the aim of these challenges is to give you that sensation of wanting to come back and keep trying to get that platinum medal and better your last time. So here you'll see I'm going over a jump here. I'm coming into a spin dryer straight away. So just got to dab the handbrake, get it unsettled and spin around. You can see the ghost's already driving away from me. So quick drift around the back of that digger, then I'm going to smash these blocks here. Now I'm coming up to another donut behind this pipe here. A nice tight line around there gets me to do the donut quite quickly. Again, through these smashes as we come under this bit of scaffolding here, and then a drift under the trucks. And then I'm coming out to another donut around these barrels. So again, trying to keep it nice and clean around the barrels there. And then I'm heading off for the jump, which is actually the end of the run. So nice, simple little 45-second runs. You've got every aspect of Gymkhana driving in there. And it also gives us a really good opportunity to put some really nice replay cameras into these because we know exactly where the player's going to be and we can really show them close up. A lot of the other replays that we have to, replay camera positions that we have to do in Gymkhana when it's like a free ride environment, we have to be a bit further away from the car because we can never guarantee exactly where the player's going to be. But for this challenge, we can get really close on these tricks and make sure that the car's always the main focus and the player can see exactly what they're doing as they go.
Nice. You're very modest there, Paul. You did a pretty good run there. Just talking and explaining it all. I think it was pretty flawless.
I've had a little bit of practice at this now, so I still enjoy it though. You still get that buzz out of nailing a trick. I probably would have been a bit gutted if I hadn't have done that donut quite as nicely as that. So it's always nice to nail it, get it right, and precision driving. It always is so rewarding to get these things right. So
there's also the scope to set up your own Gymkhana runs and do a bit of freestyle in there as well, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean this environment is opened up, so you can just go around and drive around with up to 8 players, in fact, and just do tricks together. You can donut around each other, jump over one another, drift past each other, and it's really up to you to do whatever you want. We haven't really set up any challenges to try and funnel people into doing specific things when you go online. It's more about just finding your own things to do and then being able to upload that. So yeah, we're really happy with the area. I think it's a really strong place to go and drive a car. It's why we've done our party modes here as well. It's a great opportunity to just chase each other around and have a great deal of fun. So the compound is a really core element to the game, but we mustn't forget that there is a lot of rally in this game, and the rally fans are not going to be disappointed by the content that we put in here.
What's new in stores this week, you say? And on which platforms, you continue? We're so glad you asked.
Right, it's because we couldn't wait to tell you about it.
Fable 3 Royal Playing Game, get it? Out for the PC at long last, is available from tomorrow, May 20th.
Dead or Alive Dimensions, because man, do these girls have dimensions. Am I right? Yep. No? Okay. Oh well, it's out this Friday.
LA Noire, which we may have mentioned once or twice, Rockstar's Gumshoe 'em Up is out from May 20th too.
Plus, RPG sequel The Witcher 2 came out on Tuesday, and Cody's Rally Racer Dirt 3, as you've just seen, is out next Tuesday, May 24th.
Oh, rally! Sorry.
If Start Select was an amplifier, we'd hate getting your feedback. Luckily it's not, so we bloody love it.
Well, most of it anyway. First, world's most affable commenter and all-round nice guy, Matt Cena says, "Wow, you just don't realise how ugly and skinny Mark is when you look at him."
It's a bit harsh, isn't it, really? Well, Johnny360 clearly has a soft spot for Guy. Mark, you need to hit the weights and put some meat on those arms. Guy, you look fantastic as usual. Clearly I need to get myself a Domino's Pizza t-shirt.
Pyro Mark 1, meanwhile, wonders what's up with our potty mouths. I don't get it. Why are Mark and Guy bleeped out, but Mr. Garcia Hotspur can drop F-bombs like they're going out of fashion? I demand equal rights swears for presenters and right.
I mean, look, that guy basically can just go and my
Well, if the powers that be would just like to finally give us some creative
Sort it
control in
the you kid. Over on Facebook, Virtually Richie dazzles us with his in-depth analysis of Brink. I like the game, it's okay type, just bored with the same COD waiting for MW3. Quite.
Don't forget, you can try to get in touch on Facebook, Twitter and the Start Select homepage. Hit up facebook.com/GameSpotUK, twitter.com/GameSpotUK and gamespot.com/StartSelect. Remember last week when we said we'd give away an ultra-desirable Nintendo 3DS with a copy of Dragon Quest VI Realms of Reverie? We weren't kidding.
Entering the competition was laughably easy. All you had to do was tell us what you'd put in your Realm of Reverie. And let me tell you all, you guys, you are an hilarious lot. Thank you.
But much like Highlander, there can be only one competition winner. That was awful. Who is Craig Collins, who says, I'd put more Realms of Reverie in my Realms of Reverie. Each realm would get weirder and more complex than the last, and I'd totally hang out with Leonardo DiCaprio all the time in it.
So congrats Craig, and we'll be in touch. Also on the competitions front, because we are the video game show that just keeps on giving, don't forget we're still collating entries for the competition to win the first Start Select prize pile of wonderments.
There's a £50 voucher for Insert Coin clothing, a Deus Ex novel, Black Ops DLC code, Mortal Kombat t-shirt, Michael Jackson The Experience, and all the rest. To be in it to win it, fire up a paint program and whip us up some box art. For whatever game you fancy, we will be judging you on lols rather than artistic achievement, as you can see here. Send yours to competitions@gamespot.co.uk.
We'll have a winner for you next week. For now though, we'll say goodbye. Hit us up on facebook.com/GameSpotUK, through Twitter on which we're @GameSpotUK, or on the Start Select homepage, which is gamespot.com/StartSelect. Until next time, happy gaming spotters.